a New York-based sports lawyer. He is a professor. He's got a podcast. Our guy, Dan Lust, in the building. Dan, great to be with you, my friend.
Alex, a pleasure to join you today, my friend.
All right, let's discuss all things Calvin Ridley while we have you here. So, break down for our audience what exactly happened, and then from a gambling perspective, when he did this throughout the season last year.
Yeah, so I guess let's take you back, right? If people remember, Calvin Ridley stepped away from the Atlanta Falcons toward the end of October, and that was for mental health reasons. So when the story passed across my ticker, I assumed, well, maybe this was one of these, quote, voluntary vacations that the Falcons found out that he bet and sent him kind of packing. As it turns out, these were bets that he made after he left the Falcons. So very important. He was not with the team when these bets occurred. These bets occurred between November 23rd and November 28th. Alex, as you know well, these were of the parlay variety. 3 parlays. I think it was a 3-teamer, a 5-teamer, and an 8-teamer. Kind of relevant to the analysis. But the Falcons were included in those, and I believe they were a bet to win. So he is betting, in a sense, on his team, even though he's not with them. You'd think there might be some inside information there.
And Dan, do you know, to your knowledge, how exactly the NFL was alerted? And then this is sort of new for the NFL. How do you think them and other companies like this are going to deal with athletes moving forward when it comes to players betting on games?
So this is probably the more shocking part, at least to me, right? We're in 2022. This bet wasn't made through a bookie. It was made, through the Hard Rock Casino. This was done, Calvin Ridley registered in his own name, his own address. And I guess a compliance partner of the NFL alerted them that I guess a spotter had just seen the name Calvin Ridley, recognized it as an NFL star, and the address checked out, and they relayed that back to the NFL. So there was a brief period of time where Florida sports betting was legal, and that's just, perfect storm. That's where this bet kind of came in, right at the end of that window in November. So, it's certainly, I think the NFL knew about it, or at least the Falcons knew about it February 9th. That's according to multiple reports. And then interestingly, Alex, there were trade requests for Calvin Ridley this past month. The Falcons kind of had to say no and not really tell anybody why. So definitely an awkward situation over Atlanta.
Awkward indeed. Dan, we're looking at a 1-year suspension for Calvin Ridley at the moment. Do you already envision, with this kind of a number for the year, the NFL making an example out of him so that this kind of behavior doesn't happen in the future?
I think in the NFL history, every time this has happened, it's only happened a handful of times. Paul Hornig back in the day, right? These are always 1-year suspensions. So they make an example out of him to some extent. Keep in mind, right, this is $1,500 total. I don't think we're anywhere near the same extent of volume that a Pete Rose bet back in the day. But personally, this might be slightly a hot take. Calvin Ridley in 2022, right, he's not betting with an under-the-radar bookie. He's doing it, right, in everyone's faces. And then he goes on Twitter, right, and then admits to the offense, says, I bet $1,500, and says, I'll be back in a year, LOL. So keep in mind, Calvin Ridley has to apply for reinstatement to the NFL. It's by no means a guarantee. So, I wouldn't certainly want to be saying LOL or haha on Twitter and admitting to the crime, right? I think within 1 hour of his tweet, it had 100,000 likes. And that was part of the reason the story went viral, because Calvin Ridley was tweeting through it. So free legal advice to my friends out there. Don't admit on Twitter to any type of crimes. How about that one?
Well said, Dan. And he's potentially looking at a career-ending moment with the Falcons with this. Do you envision him playing in the NFL again after this?
So it's an interesting situation, and one that I don't want to say we've kind of seen, but we kind of know the playbook here. So he's entering the 5th year of his deal. I think the Falcons are supposed to pay him $11 million. So we're going to have to see the contract. That stuff is not necessarily publicly available, but at least how much is supposed to be guaranteed. But the Falcons, I think, right, they have this morals clause, which is used in every contract. I think this is certainly going to qualify as something that would trigger the morals clause. And maybe, Alex, obviously Calvin Ridley is talented enough to play in the NFL. And I think, right, if Josh Gordon can get another chance in the NFL time and time again, Calvin Ridley will as well. And there might be an interesting scenario where the Falcons, as crazy as this is, if they don't cut bait with him, which they haven't already, they might actually say, you know what, Calvin, why don't we could really cut you and pay you $0 if you really want to. or we can renegotiate this deal, maybe pay you something towards the league minimum on a 3-year deal, but pay you toward the league minimum this year, and then maybe hook you up the next 2 years. So I think Calvin Ridley's too talented not to play in the NFL again. It's just really a question of whether he does it with the Falcons or, they cut bait and another team picks him up.
And Dan, because this is a first in terms of an NFL player betting, how likely is it if the Falcons do cut him for another team to quickly hop on and try to take him on and deal with this sort of PR backlash if there will be?
Right, it's optics. It's certainly optics. We're seeing it across our sports landscape, right? From Trevor Bauer to Deshaun Watson, even a guy back in the day like Roberto Osuna. These guys potentially have trade value, but the team that's going to trade for them might not want to take that PR hit. Now, is domestic violence or sexual assault, right? Does that necessarily compare to betting $1,500 legally on an app? Not really. I think those are apples and oranges. I do think there will be a market for Calvin Ridley, either as a free agent or potentially as a trade if the Falcons want to go that route. I would be surprised if Calvin Ridley does not play in the NFL again. I think the guy is just very talented, and I think $1,500 in this day and age when sports betting is legal in 30 states, I don't think that's going to be a fence that keeps him out of the NFL.